They're going to red flag the event. They're going to stop the field, restart the race, and try and settle it.
All right. So Stenhouse left his dancing partner. He went down, chose to go down and blocked it.
Whoa! Around and into the fence goes Harvick, and it's a 7-car jam session.
Eric Jones is in it. Noah Gregson's in it. Dang it. Chase Elliott.
Todd Gilliland all torn up and climbing out. Kyle Larson hoping for his first top 5 in the 500. Now Kevin Harvick can't see both sides of that car to assess damage. But
I do. Yeah. Left front is way towed in. It's hurt bad.
And Noah Gragson, the Cinderella story of Team 62. Eric Jones, who was poised for a top 5 finish. From the Goodyear blimp, Harvick outside of Keselowski there, and Bubba Wallace. Here comes Larson. Oh, jammed up.
Larson had a huge run on the outside, and he was trying to slow that momentum down to get to him. But as he got to him, it kind of seemed like Kevin was having, the 17 was backing up to Kevin as well, and it just accordiated.
Yeah, the Harvick was having to slow down. Larson's got a huge run here, but
watch Kevin try to.
Kevin's got to run on the 17 at the same time, so Kevin has to check up here, and Kyle's got a ton of momentum.
Yeah, you saw Kevin kind of move to the outside, and Larson was trying to tee him up, square him up, so it was a good bump draft, and they both hit at an angle and spun him around.
And you could see how the exhaust pipes out of the 5 car. You could see where he lifted, so it wasn't like he just ran in there and plowed through.
And 2 cars that shoot through the middle, Kyle Busch and David Reagan in the 15.
One more inside, then you're clear low.
He moved up to square up to the 17 right at the time as the 5 hit him. It's just a timing thing, accordioned, and away they went. Dang it, took out a lot of good ones there as well.
Let's ride with Chase Briscoe.
Now by himself. Check up low, stay in it, lower, stay in it.
I don't mind that. I think.
Oh, and Christopher Bell has.
Yeah, they can't. The track is just too wet now. Got cars everywhere.
Are you stuck?
You asked me how much is too much.
Yeah, well,
it gets slimy.
Yeah.
Now it's not like you can't roll it in. If it doesn't rain any harder than this, you could roll it in. But you can watch this car just take off sliding.
Watch it. Here he comes.
See, he touched the gas. You see him? It spun the tires at least a little bit, and away it went. Road. I want to hear Tyler Reddick. He's going to tell a different story. It's raining hard, boys. Really hard.
You know what he's going to say? I think it's over.
All right, they're going to pull the cars down pit road and halt them for this rainstorm. We'll have a look at the weather radar and assess our chances of finishing up these final 28 laps at Bristol. We'll take you Fox side by side.
And Mike, those 4 drivers led all but 18 of 400 laps in that race a year ago.
Caution. Uh-oh.
Mother Nature's made her appearance. Let's check with Jamie Little on our leader.
Yeah, there's just a few raindrops out here, nothing major at all as we bring out the caution here for the 2nd time today. But Denny Hamlin pretty happy with his car now, and he's led 50 laps today. That is more laps led than the rest of the season combined. So a good day for Denny Hamlin, but I wanted to update the tire situation. His tires look good in that competition caution, but Chris Gabehart, his crew chief, told me he is concerned about this 80-lap run here, but he was hoping they'd get more rubber in, and that would help the tire wear.
The racetrack right now that unfortunately because of the wet stuff that has moved in over Dover, we will be postponing this race until noon tomorrow on FS1. So tomorrow at FS1, join us at noon right here because that's where we'll be, and we'll have the race, which means
4 pit stops. as the pace car brings the field down, and they will come to a halt as NASCAR joins in our 600 miles of remembrance.
Oh, Suarez.
Briscoe got into the back of Suarez, and he gets pounded.
Dang it.
Oh, Buscher's upside down.
I think he hooked a drain.
And there's the window net released, and Chris Buescher is seen moving inside the car. The AMR safety team is right there to his aid. And Daniel Suarez climbs out. He had a great race going tonight.
You see Suarez come up, just wasn't clear. Caught the 14, gets sideways, and here comes the impact. Hard hit. You see him spinning. More you
shop there, Spire Motorsports. Is there a nervousness there as far as will the 7 be in the same situation, thinking there might be an issue?
Lightning in the area.
Oh, and we're just hearing a lightning strike within 7 miles of the racetrack, and we learned obviously from a lot of the NASCAR officials earlier, this is a universal thing across sporting events and venues around the country. Lightning strikes anywhere inside of the 8-mile radius of any sporting event calls for a mandatory 30-minute delay, 30-minute stoppage in action. And so that will have to take place now. We told you at the top of the show there's weather in the area. They were expecting it to be raining hard there. Thankfully, as we were looking at the radar, it somewhat split the racetrack, but there is, a lot of thunderstorms in the area. There you see a look at the radar. It looked like it was going to split and miss us, but a lightning strike did happen within that inner circle. And so we will have a red flag condition. They bring the cars down onto pit road.
Yeah, for all we know, that might have been the reason for the caution. I just was thinking that 77 car, okay. Now we're hearing the caution was for the 77. Didn't think he was going to be able to make it around, but did get it fired up in turn 3. This is just unfortunate. But, yeah, we all were anticipating this weather to delay this race entirely. So I feel like we're really fortunate that we've got sort of the weather's went around us. But we'll have a short delay here and hopefully be back to action.
Yeah, 41 laps complete. Caution has come back out this time for another lightning strike, and so they will be bringing the cars back onto pit road here in just a moment. Again, a mandatory 30-minute waiting period after a lightning strike, and so we've experienced this once already. It was in stage 1 after 41 laps of racing were complete, and now after 139 laps have been completed, they will bring them back onto pit road for the second time for lightning this evening. Out front, Denny Hamlin was able to get by Martin Truex Jr. Kyle Busch currently in the 3rd spot. So Joe Gibbs Racing really flexing their muscles here, Steve.
Joe Gibbs got some help with him.
Oh, into the wall they go. The 11 now also caught up in it.
The whole
Haley. The 3 of Austin Dillon squeezes through. He is in front. And look at virtually the only car to clear it.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable. That I've never seen racing that intense in Daytona. Never.
And Martin Truex Jr. is going to gain some spots here. So many that won't be able to continue. The last caution, the 3 was
Rick. As I look out the window,
and it's starting to rain.
It is raining right here. The heavy rain has moved over the grandstands. As we sat here looking out the window, it became clear. My goodness, Austin Dillon.
Oh my God.
There's his dad.
Oh my gosh.
We have to remember.
We're gonna come over the leader now.
It's only 12:30 in the afternoon here at Daytona.
Don't get ahead of yourself, Rick.
But these cells have popped up with 22 laps to go. Richard Childress, team owner there.
What a year it'd be if RC gets both cars in the playoffs after a year ago. The battle trying to get him in. Look at that radar.
Yeah, you see the weather cells that are starting to pop up now, and that's typical for this part of Florida.
I mean, there were, I'll tell you how it started, but it's like 4 or 5 things happening all at once. When we pick it up, you've got 2 or 3 cars sideways from multiple types of contact.
I was with you when we started there. I saw 2 cars sideways. I think we're going to try it a little bit earlier. Let's take a look from the 3 right here.
And this is crazy because well, we just saw Marty standing on pit road and the sun was shining on him. We see a little bit of rain here, but it's raining pretty hard around this racetrack. You see a rainbow off in the background. They're going to bring the cars onto pit road. They think that right now it's safer to have them on pit road. They might even have to cover them.
They had a shot of the cars rolling through 1 and 2, and I couldn't believe how much it was raining from that perspective.
And that's the, Junior, that's exactly what this new policy is. Like, if you got rain, look at that. You didn't want drivers going down the front straightaway and then all of a sudden driving into this. So if rain's in the area, you see it moving this way, NASCAR has access to tons of radar, tons of weather services. They see it. Instead of waiting for the track to see some moisture first, slow it down, see what happens, take your time, and this is why. To prevent something like this from happening really, really quickly and cars getting damaged, cars being in wrecks.
So the red flag has come out, and that gives us an opportunity, Steve, to talk a little bit about, we've heard drivers dealing with adjustments and major adjustments that have taken place. Talk us through what these drivers and crews and teams are able to do.
Definitely helps as now we see the crew trying to reattach that curbing that has come loose at the end. So, you know, now the question is, you know, who pits? Does anyone pit? I only bring that up because Briscoe, you know, we're kind of ignoring Briscoe because he's -9 because he got spun around in 23rd. But if he comes to pit road, put some fresh tires on, look at the chaos we just saw. You don't think there's 9 positions that could end up and chase Briscoe? I believe he could have a chance. He's very good at the road courses. He's aggressive. I'd love to know. I mean, look at him sitting right there. It's just so much is asked of these drivers, and it's great, right? As a race fan, there's no more exciting finish than these overtime races at places like the Roval. We have another cut race in a few weeks at Martinsville. I'm sure it'll be the same way.
Steve, as a race fan, you know what else we love? Being able to talk to a competitor with just 2 races to go, or excuse me, 2 laps to go in this race.